Here is my 1988 Numatic Henry HVR200. Now this is an early HVR200 Henry because, of course, the red lettering, but a way you can tell is that the cable entry is like a hot dog rectangle shape, and on later HVR200 Henrys it had like a square shape. It's more over to this side here, it's like a little square, and that's the same on current Henrys as well. So this one being from '88, it's an early one to use the card rewind, because originally Henrys didn't have a card rewind. You basically just had to wrap it around your arm, then hook it on a hook somewhere on the back of the machine. Then in about 1985 they introduced the card winder on top, so there's somewhere to store the cable. But yeah, basically you can tell if it's an early one to use the card rewind if it has this hot dog shape rectangular cable entry. And of course it has a moulded plug, which an appliance to have a moulded plug back in the 80s was quite a new feature really. Not many things had a moulded plug, and some appliances, mainly domestic ones, didn't even come with a plug fitted. You had to attach it yourself. It just came with bare wires showing. But they introduced regulations sometime in the 90s saying that all domestic appliances had to have a fitted plug. But I'm guessing because a Henry is a commercial vacuum cleaner, that doesn't apply, so it comes with a plug. Anyway, that's sort of irrelevant, but anyway, here you can see it's in pretty good condition. It's come out quite nice actually. So, of course, it has the lovely bold Henry lettering. Plastic bumper. It does have the stickers. It looks like a transfer face, but it is actually stickers. So whoever's actually stuck that on in the proper way that the eyes are supposed to be, kudos to them, because that's pretty accurate to how the transfer faces were moulded onto the buckets. So anyway, it's a good job that it's got all its face, because you find a lot of these older Henrys with the sticker faces, they tend to rip and peel off. So it's all intact. The colour red on these old Henrys from the 80s and 90s with this bold lettering, the red is a lot darker than the newer models. It's like a very deep red. On newer Henrys it's more orangey than red, but this is very dark red. So of course it has the black wheels, and this was before they added the stabiliser on the back, the little arch. So it's nice to see it's got the original bucket. It looks kind of weird, I think, without the stabiliser, because I'm so used to seeing it. But anyway, got the side exhausts there. Interestingly, the exhaust air blows upwards on this Henry, rather than like my 2002 Henry that has these same positioned side exhausts and the air blows straight out like that. I think it's something to do with the internal casing being slightly different, because the motor housing inside is slightly different to the later HVR200s. Anyway, so you've got the original pneumatic switch here, very prominent click, beep approved, and of course the power head take-off socket if you wanted to attach a power nozzle. Of course that's a very rare thing to find these days, but you can still pick them up on eBay from time to time. Of course, card rewind here. I think everyone knows how that works. Foldable handle, course they didn't lock on old Henrys like they do these days. So here's the rating sticker. With it being an older Henry from the 80s, it doesn't have a serial number, so we can't actually date it from the rating sticker. But having dismantled this Henry and cleaned it up fully, I found that the date stamp on the motor is 1988, and there's also other stamps on the plastic pieces inside that say 88 on it, so I'm guessing the entire Henry was from 1988. So that makes it 26 years old, does it? 27? Something like that. Anyway, as you can see, it says HVR200, Numatic, Beaminster, Dorset, England. Of course, it's made in the UK. That was at the original Numatic plant, I believe. BS 5415, double insulated, 240 volts, 800 watts, input with electric nozzle, 900 watts total. Now, I believe in about 1990 or 1991, they upped the motor wattage to 1000 watts, albeit this one that's claiming to have 800 watts sounds exactly the same, but you know. So I think that's it to show you. Oh, the of course the floor tool wands and hose are off my 2002 Henry. The only thing that came with this was a dusting brush, which I don't know what I've done with that now, but there was no hose or tools or anything, just the main machine and a dusting brush, which is kind of bizarre. Anyway, 2 clips at the side to open the motor. What do you call that now? Lost my train of thought then. 2 clips at the side to take the motor unit off, that was what I wanted to say. I must be still half asleep today. So of course, there's your motor housing. Very clean inside the motor there. No rust or corrosion or anything, which is good to see. Filter. This is the little thin, what I like to call shower curtain filter. It's the same sort of fabric material that you'd find on a shower curtain, unless you're common and have a plastic shower curtain, but anyway, we have a fabric one. So anyway, there's the filter. HEPA flow bag in there, and that's what the bucket looks like inside. Not a lot to see, it's just a Henry really, isn't it? They're all the same, practically. There we go. So I think that's everything. I think I've covered everything, so I'll let you hear it now. It's all been cleaned up. I did actually forget to make a video of this. I've had it for quite a bit now. Good few weeks, if not more. Interestingly about this cable entry, that if you pull it upwards, it unwinds easily. If you pull it to the left hand side, it unwinds easily. But if you try and pull it from the right, it gets jammed, as you can see. So I think that's probably why they changed it. Now you do get 8 meters of cord on these old 80s and early 90s Henrys. In about 95, it might have even been later than that, probably about 98, 99, they increased the length to 10 meters, which it still is today. So I'll just move this out of the way here. Now I have put new carbon brushes in this machine. When I took it apart to clean it up, I found that when I checked the brushes, they were about that long, probably about ½ centimetre. So they probably would have lasted quite a bit of length of time, but I didn't want to leave it and forget about it. because if they would have worn down too much and the springs would have got into contact with the commutator, it would have damaged the commutator and made the motor terminal. Because if you put new brushes onto a damaged commutator, it'll just arc forever. It'll never run smoothly again. So I decided to change them over. So it's got new brushes in now and it runs perfectly well. Bearings are a little bit dry, but you can live with that, can't you? For over 20 years old, I think it deserves to sound a bit dodgy. But it runs pretty well, to be honest. So I'll shut up now and turn it on. Never use a cylinder on thick carpet. This is what happens. Try it this way. So there you go. Runs pretty well. So now I know to never ever ever use a cylinder on this carpet ever again. That was an absolute workout. The muscle in my arm all the way down there is aching now. Oh, God, I love uprights. Anyway, so there's the Henry. Just turn it this way because I won't be able to wind it up easily otherwise. So there you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Sorry if anyone's been waiting to see it and I haven't got round to it, but anyway, there it is, my 1988 Henry HVR200. Thanks for watching.